Hey guys, man, I wish if I had it to do over again, I would not have even recorded episode 12. So if you've seen that, just erase that from your head and let's jump in and show you how I really should have designed this. And first, I have to give a big, major shout out to Remnant, and particularly watching his Balboa episode 3 from yesterday. It's a really awesome episode, really in depth, like 40 minutes long. I loved it. I just was flipping through. I didn't even get a notification about it. I just clicked on my homepage, and there it was, kind of mixed in with everything. And I was like, well, I'm about to get ready to fix breakfast. I'm just gonna throw this up on TV and start watching it. See what he's come up with. It's been a while. It was a while between episode 2 and 3. And just kind of listening to the commentary on it and looking at some of his enclosures, it really just, it kind of, I want to say it's almost like, even without new DLC, it's invigorated me to get in here and start designing again. And one of the first things that I did was, and one of the parts that he mentions is the thought of being enveloped inside the enclosures and the pathwork. And so that's exactly what I set out to do in redoing this whole area. And remember, that's kind of how I did over with the orangutan area. And it seems like starting with the pygmy hippos, I really started, and even more, I guess even to an extent, the jaguars, which I think I want to maybe even redo a little bit of that. But I really got away from being the enclosed underneath the canopies, and I think that's something that Remnant has kind of helped me get back into, even with kind of putting, I've got this massive tree kind of breaking through the street right here, offering a lot of shade in the market area, even adding some trees and some shade over here to the giraffe area. Just looks so much better now than it just being so just open and barren out through there. So anyways, to get back to it, right down from the implied meerkat exhibit over here, I just added in a couple little aardvarks over here, and I think the whole thing about the enclosure and him making me think of custom fencing, I just kind of ran with it, and I think for the first time in a couple weeks, I can say, like last night, I sat down here until like 11:40, totally reimagining this area, thanks to that one episode of Balboa Zoo. And just, I think what it really has done was it's gotten me to think of detail again and not to rush as much. And look, I even have some giant tortoises added over here. And this spot, me, this would have been just a probably rock work butted up against the path and just some hills with some foliage on it. And now I'm really trying to think outside the box as far as what kind of little filler animals can we put in here. And I've got the little accessible door over there. We've got the bridge kind of passing over the path. Got a set of bathrooms right here. But really, the part that I'm most excited about in the whole kind of Tiger Village area is the tiger enclosure. Now, I know I'm probably getting a little bit out there with thinking that the tiger couldn't just make its way across this, but as far as just aesthetically pleasing goes, I really like how all this came out, and borrowing from Remnant as well, kind of just having that implied extra security, security measures up at the top of the fencing, I think just gives it so much more character than leaving it blank. And then of course too, the underwater section here, watching her come over and swim and use this. And I figured this little door right here, kind of going into the enclosure, can be like a door that maybe the keepers can use to come out and maybe talk or do a little show about the tigers right there. So that's just another little thing that Remnant kind of thinks of that I wanted to bring over into the into Suyana, and also too though. Remnant is really big with the bronation and the realism. So there are parts of that I want to kind of bring in, even some Pine Creek, type of designing and shadowing here, and not make all of the exhibits where you could just, kind of have the temple pieces and you could just hop over and see the animals. I really kind of wanted to, kind of going forward, mix in some of this hyper fantasy with bronation, Pine Creek type of design. The only thing about this fencing, though, is I wish it was a little smaller to where you could, she's going for a swim right now. I wish it was a little smaller to where you could, maybe a little finer mesh, finer netting, to where you could get in and actually see her a little better through the netting. But I am just, like I said, I am having a ball kind of getting in here and designing again. Taking a quick dip. But that is, like I said, I basically owe this entire revamp to Remnant and Balboa. If I had not sat down to watch that yesterday, I would probably have just totally went back to Planet Coaster by now and started working on Stable's Rest. But at the same time, I do have some ideas coming up with that, but this has really reinvigorated me to get back in to some Planet Zoo and continue some designing. Which I was really kind of just like, and Coaster Designer even sent me a message last night, pretty late last night, and he's like, dude, you sound painfully boring right now. He's like, I'm sure they're going to come up with a DLC soon, and I don't even know if it was really just the DLC or just like I just was just thematically spent. Have no clue what to do anymore. And like I said, it's just that one episode kind of has drawn me back into this, and it's gotten me designing kind of like we did back over here at the entrance, like when I was just full on thematic, jungle, really hyped to get in here and build. I was dreading going to work in the beginning, because I was just wanting to sit here and play Planet Zoo and design and get some of these ideas, flowing. And I haven't felt that in a while, but now, like I said, kind of jumping in and watching some Balboa, it has given me a whole nother kind of avenue to take here, and some design ideas to try. And if I think anything, it's gotten me to want to get in here and take my time more and flesh out the path work, really flesh out the kind of like the people level type design that I don't do a lot, and I haven't done a lot. And that is what's really so fun about the last 24 hours of me playing this. Even the custom fencing right here to the giant tortoises. And then, of course, the tiger exhibit over here. And I've got to still do a little bit more over here. This side still a little bit more work in progress, particularly with the, with the path and all that, and bringing people over here. But other than that, guys, yeah, I just kind of wanted to jump in, and hope you'll give me a do-over on that episode 12. I didn't even put that on the workshop, and I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to go ahead and put this version on the workshop, just because it's so much better just thought out and designed. And now, like I said, I kind of feel like I'm getting my design feet back under me now, and really getting in here and trying some of this stuff that I had kind of left to the wayside. So yeah, you'll just have to let me know your thoughts down below. I know you guys weren't even that amped up for episode 12. It was really kind of just one of those throwaway episodes, but I think we're making up for it now. I've got a lot of ideas coming down the pipe, and yep, we'll just kind of see how it goes. But anyways, guys, as always, don't forget to smash that like button if you end up enjoying this video, and subscribe to keep up with some more Planet Zoo mischief. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you. See ya.